going on, Will?
No four.
What? Oh, man. Did you put oil in the gearbox?
Yeah.
No second or fourth?
Nah.
What gear are you going for then?
I'm just going to stay in third, actually. It's just cooking nicely. And some video for the YouTube. Famous reconditioned gearbox. So yeah, I present to you the reconditioned box with no second and fourth gear. Can't say I'm happy about it. But anyway, we're gonna pull this apart today, so this will be an experience for me, for sure. I don't really know what is going to be wrong with it, but I'm hoping it's going to be a selector issue. So yeah, we'll probably start by obviously splitting the bell housing off, transfer case off, and then we'll take the box up to the other shed and strip it apart in there. Here you go. So I've just pulled the top little case off here for a look. So you can see issues. So we've got first gear beautifully, and then second, it will not go forward. So first gear, we've got third gear, fourth gear does not engage right either. So we don't have second or fourth. So the problem's over here somewhere, I'm guessing. And then we've got fifth fine, reverse fine. So second and fourth. So what the hell is this dummy done up here to stop that? I don't know, but we'll have a look. I found a complete rebuild guide for the H boxes online actually, which was really, really helpful, and I'll link this in the description below. Before I got too carried away stripping this box into pieces, I thought I'd just eliminate the gear stick and see if it was actually in the box. And once I took the gear stick housing off, I could actually engage every single gear.
Is which? Hang on. Does that one?
So that spring, Dad, that actually just stops you going straight from fifth to reverse. So after all that, the expert that had rebuilt this gearbox had put the gear stick housing on backwards, and the reverse restrictor pin was actually on the wrong side and was stopping me from engaging second and fourth. A simple fix and definitely the best case outcome, but still a real pain in the butt. Righto, so I currently have the stock 100 series intercooler rigged up, and it doesn't really fit very well. So PDI have kindly shipped out a Mark II intercooler. So getting a little bit excited for that. All new fresh hosing clamps. Really keen to see how it fits up and how hard it is to install. You will be cutting some holes in your vertical radiator supports, and not just any holes, they'll be big holes. The size that we marked initially, which I think we got that right from the instructions, it was nowhere near big enough. So we definitely had to cut a fair bit more off after that and just keep cutting until we got the size right. And then we had to kind of adjust it then with a telephone pole sold separately to the intercooler kit, I think. And just kind of keep chipping away at it until we could fit the intercooler in, and it was loose in there. Always hit metal surfaces that you've cut with a bit of paint or primer. Intercooler fits, so you can see we had to shave away those airbag bolts or nuts, like the bolt that comes through the nut there. Yeah, we had to make a fairly sizable hole there. Bit of rough stuff going on, but I'm not too worried about it. Pretty tight, but it does fit. And it looks good. This is the kind of free play you're aiming for. You don't want the hoses on either side to be hitting on anything or rubbing on anything. And after actually trying to fit a silicone hose on, I had to cut away some of the radiator support bracket as well, which is pretty extreme, but you really want a bit of space in there so you can get a hose clamp on and tighten it up, and so it's not going to rub through on anything. Getting that intercooler in is definitely the hardest part of the whole thing. Once you've got that mounted up, the piping is not too difficult. I'm not quite sure yet how I'm going to make this all work, but that is bloody tight. Okay, so I'm a little unsure about this step, but we're adjusting this aircon hose, which is the one out of the 100 series, not the 105, and kind of just getting in there with a screwdriver and just bending it up a little bit. It's making me cringe, but I think we actually need to get that a little bit higher so that this turbo side intercooler pipe can come around behind the intake pipe. Alright, so I've run my intercooler pipes. She's all pretty tight here. It's all very tight fit, but I've got it in there. The one criticism I have is that I actually used my own hose here. I used a bit of like a 45-degree elbow to kick it away, to kick it back, because this pipe wraps around like that. There's no way I was going to get just a straight piece like PDI supplied, because that would bring the whole rotation of the thing over. And as you can see, we've got our airbox intake, like turbo inlet here, so there was no way that was going to be able to roll any further towards me. So anyway, we've done that. We've put that elbow there. AC hose is all right, that's not too tight. We've got the crossover pipe end there. It's all nice and tight. That'll routed pretty nicely. And over here we've come hard up against the radiator, and our battery cables are over the other side of it here. So all nice and tight, all nice and snug. My one little worry is how close that is to the exhaust manifold. Righto, so the other electrical component we've got to sort is that we have no real tacho reading. There is an input, but it's significantly lower than what it needs to be or what it should be. So there's a guy on Facebook, his profile is Thrashlocks Jonathan, and he makes tacho converters for FTEs in 1HZ clusters. So we're going to install that and give it a go. Jonathan also does plug and play FTE conversion looms, which I haven't personally seen. He sent me a photo of it, but that is obviously another option if you wanted to not go with PDI's loom. But PDI's looms obviously worked, but yeah, we'll just be having to adjust some sensors so that the 1HZ cluster works. There you go, looks like we've got tacho. Beautiful. Can't complain about that. So that was about it really. We've done our FTE swap, we've got the intercooler in, we've got our gauges working, bull bar on, and we're ready for a drive. I think my speedo's a little bit out. I chucked some gauges on that were a bit more reliable than the SAS ones I had before, and here's a bit of an insight to what she sounds like now. Well, guys and girls, there you have it. We've kind of done it. We've converted a 105 series 1HZ into a fully functional driving FTE.
Can't complain about that.
There's been some upsets.
And now no fuel again.
Come on.
A fair bit of troubleshooting involved when it comes to wiring like this.
There's been some smiles.
Happy Will? Oh. Can't even tell you.
There's been some bloody long days. This video series was actually 8 weekends worth of really hard work, and most days I spent on it were 12 to 16 hour days. So there's definitely been some hours put into this, and it wasn't easy, but we got there in the end, and I'm just stoked with it. I got all my Go Fast bits through PDI, so once again, a huge thanks to them. Thanks to Brian for helping me through the conversion process. Obviously using his loom, it was great to have him on the other end of the phone a lot of the time, and loving their intercooler already. It's just fantastic. So big thanks to them. Yeah, as always, guys, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section down below or get in touch with me on social media. I definitely felt like I was flying blind through a lot of this, so I hope that this video and these videos in the series can really pave the way for anyone that wants to do this themselves. So don't be a stranger. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video.